Hello Steelers, and welcome to this game 2 of the half pint sized campaign of the Water Tower Hill attack in Singapore. This was 1942. This is the one written by Mark Backhouse in WSS magazine, and we're going to be playing Chain of Command with this one. I've already played through part 1 of this. This is the second part, so let me just quickly tell you what's happening with this one. This time it's the Japanese 11th Regiment are attempting to attack Water Tower Hill from the direction of Adam Road, which is over there, and also the Syme Road camp as well in the north. This is the area that's held by 8th Platoon of the, let me tell you, it is the 1st Cambridgeshires. So they're going to be up here, up on the hill itself, while the Japanese are going to be coming down from this area down here. So, a pretty standard attack, a flank attack by the Japanese, so they're going to be coming in 2 different areas, whereas the British are going to be up on the top, and then they've got actually quite a lot of area that they can cover quite easily. I'm going to be playing this game with Dean, so he is going to be coming over later on. We've already chosen our 4 support, so I'll show you those, and I'll show you the table, and then we'll play the game, and we'll see how we get on. He's playing the British, I'm playing the Japanese, so let's see if the British can at least this time hold the Japanese tide. So this is the Japanese here, so just ignore these are the jumping off points. I'm going to be putting those on the table. So it's a pretty basic Japanese platoon made up of 3 sections, each with 9 riflemen and a 3-man LMG team, commanded by Corporal. These are commanded by the lieutenants and the sergeants, and also they also have 3 4-man 89mm mortar teams as well, so these are light mortars. For my support options, I've actually added a sniper team, you can see those there, and I've also bulked up the platoon as well by adding 2 extra sections in there, because I thought from the last game it was really strength of numbers that won it through for the Japanese, so that's kind of what I'm going to be going for this time around as well. So I just thought, put as many men on the floor as possible, as many boots on the ground, on the table, and we'll see if we can at least punch through the British defence from that point of view. And then meanwhile over here is our British platoon. So once again the British have got a pretty typical platoon here, so it's made up of sergeant and a lieutenant leading it. They've also got a boys anti-tank team and a 2-inch mortar, along with 3 sections, each made up of LMG team, Bren gun, and also 6 rifles. So it's quite small. Dean has gone for an MMG team. So this is a Vickers MMG with 5 crew, so that's going to be throwing out quite a lot of lead. If you can get that onto the edge of the field, I think that's going to dominate quite a lot of the ground. He's also gone for, again, these are just their jumping off points, we haven't done the patrol phase yet, but he's gone for 3 entrenchments as well. So these can take a team each. In this particular game they don't provide hard cover, they only provide light cover because they've only had literally half a day to dig in, so they're not particularly very bulky. But that's what Dean's gone for, so he's all on defence in this point. I think that MMG is going to be pretty much an issue if he can get that out quick and getting that fire laid down. So here's the table. So this is Adam Road running up the road there. We've got a couple of these big old ditches to cross, the irrigation ditches, and then we've got the other side of the Water Tower Hill, as you can see up here, which is quite high up. There's this little building. This caused a bit of trouble for the Japanese, if you remember, in the last one, because we had a British section down there. But then we've got the Water Tower up here. As I say, we're yet to do the patrol phase, but the Japanese are going to be coming in from the areas where their patrol markers are at the moment, whereas the British are going to be starting up on the water tower itself and then coming down. So, as I say, I think if Dean can get that MMG into a good position on the hill, there's a lot of open ground down here, which is going to cause me quite a lot of trouble as the Japanese coming up here, and we've just been joined by the little jungle cat herself, star of the show. So that's going to be difficult, but it's going to be interesting. So I rolled D3 basically, see how many moves I get. So that's 2 moves. As I said, I've got to stay within 14 inches of another one there. 2 groups, so they're separate, so I'll move them up there and then bring these ones up to here as well. You've got highest force morale, so you get the next move.
Right, remind me though. The 1D.
No, you're moving those now, so you're moving up to 12 inches with them, and they've got to stay within 12 inches of another patrol marker. Now, what I suggest you do is you try and shut me down as quick as possible. So, like, once 5 of my patrol markers have been locked down, which is moving within 12 inch of yours, then the patrol phase ends, or until all your 3 have been locked down. So it's got to be within 12 inch of one of the other ones, so within the 12 inch of the tower. So you take that.
Well, so that, well, I only do one move, don't I?
Yeah, one at a time. Yeah. So I'm going to move to there, make sure. Yeah, I'm within 12 inch, 14 inch.
Right. Let me just talk to myself.
You do it.
Because I did have a plan. The plan is going to have to work a bit chuffing better than I thought. Okay, right. Triangulation.
So once all 3 of your patrol markers have been shut down, then that's the end of the patrol phase as well. So you can do it quite quickly, really. Now I'm going to be quite tactical to get into a good position, otherwise I'm going to be ended up starting off over there. So I'm still with 14. So that's going to here.
How do I shut them down again?
Would you just move within 12 inch one? As long as you're within 12 inch of one of yours.
Yeah.
Creating a chain of command.
Yeah. So.
So, move it back to where you hit me at 12 inch.
Yeah.
So it's about there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So those 2 are now locked down. Right.
So does that still work? So does that
Still works if I move within 12 inch of that.
So it's creating a radius.
Yeah.
A radii. Should I go with my original plan or should I change it now? Fair made, fair heart, never won fair made.
Are you still within 12 inch?
Yeah.
And this one as well?
This one up. I put them on.
Yeah.
This might be radically short. Just out. And I can't. Well, I suppose I could.
No, can't move anymore anyway.
Yeah. I can deploy within 9 inches of my
6 inch.
6
I
inch.
deploy within 9. So I've got jungle fighter. And you're feeling sick on the boat.
Is this radical or stupid? Or is this radically stupid?
See, the thing is, you probably want to be shutting me down as quick as possible to stop me getting across this table.
But
whereas
I've also
I'm trying to get across the table.
I've also got a long-term plan where I've got to consider that's the tactics to this, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That takes him there.
So does that lock them 2 down?
Yeah.
Lock them all down. So I've got 2 separate groups. So as long as I'm with 12 inch, 14 inch of each other.
So he's going to be on top of that tree, effectively.
Okay. So still 12 inch away from
Yeah.
me. Move this one to here.
Which means,
So your guys are there, isn't it?
yeah. So I'm gonna put him.
If you bring him forward, you'll lock us both down there. Okay, so just flip them back over so you can see which is whose. So now we choose our jumping off points. We do that by triangulating off.
Okay.
So you've got 3 jumping off points. I've got 4. So
have I jumped off points?
they're the trucks.
Oh, is it the trucks?
Yeah, because it looks nice. Yeah. So what you do is you choose one of your points. You've only got 3 points anyway, and then we choose the two closest Japanese points to you, which is this one and that one. creating
It's going
a
to be
triangle.
effectively there. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to be at least 6 inches back and in cover. So I would say probably that building is probably your first point that you can do it properly. Maybe the edge of that tree as well if you wanted to. Remember as well, these things are vulnerable.
Yeah.
Essentially. Right. I'm gonna go with this one here. So these two are the obvious new ones there. There's no cover, so I just basically set up on the edge.
Yeah. Got you.
We go straight back to the edge of the table.
So your closest Japanese is going to be
Is that one?
and that one, I imagine.
Let's measure them. That one's 18 away.
14.
14, yeah. So
So
that's huge.
Oh.
Literally anywhere behind them, anywhere up on that hill. Yeah, you'd have not to.
Obviously.
Leave it where it is. You put your jumping off
yes,
point.
of course. Get a bit excited.
Is that right? And it's a good place to put it, really. I've got this one here, but do I want to?
Do you want to be? Well, they're going to be a bit. There's an advantage and a disadvantage to that.
Yeah.
You're behind the lines, but you're also strung out.
Right up, and you're also right up against it as
Yeah.
well. If that MMG comes out. Yeah, sorry, let's go for it. So it's going to be that one and that one. So my other jump off point is here.
Unusually radical.
Got to keep your eye on the prize.
So that's going to be that one. And I imagine that one.
This one here.
Yeah, this one here. So
Closest one there.
that one.
So
Anywhere really.
literally any, yeah, down top of that hill again. Then.
It has to be uncovered, doesn't it?
Yeah, behind colour.
It's going to have to be there.
Alright, so you're quite tight close together, aren't you? So
Yeah.
that was.
That's okay. I can deal with that. I can dig that.
I can dig it. I've got two more, so I'm going to take this one here and that one there. I think. So that will then. I'm going to put it behind this building here. Yeah. And I'm struggling a bit here as with these ones. That one's been done. I've got those two. So the last one is going to have to be this one here. So so that's going to be this road here. Right, so I'm here with Dean. You've just seen us do the patrol marker, and he's wearing, he's suitably attired, of course, the colonial that he is. Right, first of all, we've just done our patrol phase, so let's talk about that, Dean. What's happened? What did you do?
Well, I'm going to be up against it.
You are.
And I've got a plan, as I always have. Whether the plan survives even deployment this term makes a difference.
Never mind contact with the enemy.
Shoved forward, and in basic, it's going to be a static. It's going to be a static.
Yeah. You don't want to be moving about too much, do you?
No, I don't want to be stringing anybody out. So, one next to the house and in the woods.
Yeah.
One behind the woods.
Yeah.
Close to the house. One back next to the water tower.
Right next to the water tower.
Fairly obvious.
Yeah. So I was able to actually push forward quite nicely here, and I've got one here, which is a bit open, to be fair, but I've got to get up that hill, and then a second one as well on the edge as well. You can see the little truck there, and again, it's an open position, but I'm trying to get up the hill. The other two, I've got another one over here behind this building. It's going to be a long grind to get across that open ground there, so I might not be using those. And then my fourth one is this fella down here on the road in the woods as well, by the bridge at least, so
Nice bit of backup.
they could at least make some move, and they're then covered by those trees there as well. Right, so what we'll do is we'll play first turn. Dean gets first turn because he's got a higher force morale. So roll your 5 dice, Dean, and we'll see what you get, and we'll talk about it in a bit.
Yeah, I see.
Right, we've started into the game, haven't we, Dean? What's happened? Go on, tell me.
Quite a lot. 3-level defence here.
Yeah, well,
they're actually slightly down the hill. They're just the figures won't stand, so we've had to put a box under. But
Don't give away the magic.
yeah, all right, Debbie. Put them on. Put the rifle section on. Overwatch.
You put them on with your junior leaders,
Yeah.
haven't you? So they've gone on to
I
Overwatch.
don't know if we've already seen this, but this is a section on Overwatch.
Then the MMG at the top of that hill.
Overwatch. emplacements on them. Not massively great emplacements, but better than nothing. Senior leader comes on equidistant.
Yeah.
And I've just, because we're Wargamers, put some in a house.
We're just having a discussion about it. Yeah.
The last thing you do is put yourself in a house in
Absolutely,
real life.
yeah. You move in and move out. So in response to this, I kind of waited. I've been waiting a little bit, and I was trying to get, to be honest, I was trying to get double turns.
Yeah.
That was my plan. But I brought on a section over here because I now know where Dean's defence is. So I got a section there. I put a section on over here as well. These are then going to fire at these guys on the hill, who will return fire.
Return fire. That's what we're there for.
We'll sort that out, and then I've still got another 2, which is another section which I could potentially bring on, or depends what happens on this firing phase.
Because they're on lower, could they fire over?
Yes, they can do. Yeah. They'll be able to fire down as well.
Then.
Yeah, you're firing down with everything.
So this is as you could probably tell, I play a lot of the chain of command, don't read a lot of chain of command. And I'm probably going to show my hand in a little bit, but we're all friends here. So if they fire an Overwatch, can I use a chain of command to interrupt a fire with them again?
You interrupt my turn.
Yeah.
So you would... no, they have to have not activated this turn, so they will have activated by firing. So that's their interruption, basically. You're getting a free interruption for it. In my next turn, if they haven't done anything, you can then activate with them. Yeah, it's a bit gamey, that, Dean.
That's what the S stands. That's my middle name.
Right, the action has started. We've got right into it straight away, right into the teeth. Right, basically, I brought on this section over here. I think I mentioned it, and the other one's over there. Just get rid of that Overwatch marker. These guys fired at the LMG in the building, that Dean's pointing out.
And quite devastatingly.
Yeah. You've got the man with the LMG left, and that's it. So they killed 2. That was pretty much the most they could do. Meanwhile, over here, I brought these guys on to basically bait out what you've got up here. And you fired down a lot, didn't you?
A lot. Which is what you expected me to do, but I wasn't going to disappoint you.
Yeah. I took 3 casualties and some shock on those, but then I also put these guys on once I got them off Overwatch. I got these on, but then they were hit by your MMG.
But
however, I've already wounded your junior leader here,
and
caused quite a bit of shock as well on the LMG team and the rifle team. So I need a blunt attack, basically, and that's what I'm trying to go for.
This is not going to be...
it's not subtlety.
Hang on, we're playing Chain of Command. This is not going to be a long game. 4 hours later.
Yeah, well, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. It depends how much you hold me off. I've still got 2 more sections to bring on, so I'm probably going to hold those off until my initial attack has died down. But now I also know where your defences are.
Yeah.
So that's why I've kind of put these guys down here as well, just to draw you away.
It's always going to be that way, isn't it? It's always going to be the way.
Right, Dean's turn. But he was just about to fire his MMG, but I interrupted the turn with my chain of command dice, and I charged up this hill into this section here.
As you'd expect the Japanese to do.
As you'd expect the Japanese to do. So you are pretty battered there, because you've got a lot of shock and lost a couple of men, and I've got a bigger section, so I just thought I'm going to take normally I would wait, but if they're a sacrificial lamb at this point, so I just want to do some damage. So we've totted up our numbers. How many did you say you got, Dean?
I thought it was 2, 4, 6, 8,
Live
10,
counting.
12, 14.
14, and I've got 17. So we're rolling them 5s and 6s. Pull all your 5s and 6s out because they're kills, and 6s are also causing shock.
From I do not treat you.
Ooh, I think you might have won this one.
Not necessarily so.
Oh, you don't. Right. Well, yeah. 2 against 4. So that's actually a difference of 2. A difference of 2. So we've both been. I've killed 4 of yours. You killed 2 of mine, and I also caused shock as well.
Is that the other way around? I've killed 4 of yours.
Yeah. Sorry, you killed 4 of mine. I've killed 2 of yours.
Yeah.
I'm also defeated by 2. So I'm thrown back 9 inches facing the enemy, and I had 1 point of shock on each team. So that's going to give me 4 shock, 5 shock in total, plus the 2 I've got, so that's 7.
Yeah.
And also losing 4 men, so that's actually battered them pretty badly. You've lost 2 men.
Yeah.
You stand where you are, so take 2 men off. But see if it's your junior leader first of all. Roll the dice, 1 or a 2 it is. 1 to 4, 1 or a 2 it is, yeah. Roll for me, 1 to a 4 is my junior leader. He's been killed.
Yes,
so my junior leader has also been killed. So not only that, I've also lost another 3 men. Let's just work this out. 1, 2, 3. I've then taken, what did I say, 7 shock?
7 shock in total, yeah.
7 shock in total. Also, let's just put the dice down there so we remember. You've taken 2, so that's 1 on each of yours.
I'll just put them up. It's that easy.
I'll see, yeah, just stick yours up by 1. And I fall by 9 inches. I've now got 7 shock and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 men. So I'm not pinned and I'm not broken. You've got 8 shock and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 men.
I've taken any men off yet.
Oh yeah, you've got 2 kills as well, haven't you?
Yeah, so do I split them even?
Yeah, split them between them. So you go down to 1 LMG man. We'll put a marker on him in a second, and then also a rifleman as well. So that means you're pinned.
Yep.
So you're pinned till the end of the turn, and I am, if you can reduce your shock. I'm not pinned, but I'm not broken either. But I also have bad things happen because I have a junior leader killed.
Yeah.
So roll that for me, Dean, and please get a 1.
It's 2D. It's 1d6.
1d6, yeah. Junior leader killed.
1. Bloody hell.
1. It's still 1 point off my force morale, which then brings me down to 8. So, not particularly successful.
No.
But it's worth a crack.
Yeah, it's always worth a crack.
Right, after my failed expedition up that hill,
Yep.
I got knocked all the way back down to here. They're now pinned. However, Dean's section here is still pinned at least.
Yeah.
But they've been causing shock over here.
Yes.
On these guys, and I've been trying to pick away with my mortars as well. But then over here, what happened here, Dean?
We've rolled 4 dice and got 3 hits.
You have, haven't you? Because I basically advanced these as far forward as I could. You caused 3 hits, 4 hits, and 3 kills and 1 shock. Fortunately, it didn't hit my junior leader.
It's unfortunate for me.
Yeah, certainly give me quite a fast.
Despite Alex trying to talk me into not doing it just yet.
I'll try my best. So yeah, this attack is not going as well as I thought it would do, like in the last game. But I'm going to keep on pressing ahead. I think if I can break this section, it's 1 line out, I think.
Yep.
But I don't know whether to press in on that right hand side or keep pushing here, whether it's a bit of a busted flush on the left. I'll think about it.
You've still got stuff.
I've still got 2 sections and a couple of bits of other pieces and a sniper as well, so I could start picking his men off if I really wanted to. Right, so just on Dean's turn here, his lieutenant is basically getting everybody to do something. You've already fired with the guys in the hut.
Not much.
Down. Not much. Who's next? These ones?
Yep.
Right, so that's 6 rifles and 6 for your LMG, and they are firing at?
Well, they've got to fire at them because we said that they're...
Yeah, they're the ones that can see, basically.
I did. No, we can see them.
I'd say we put those in light cover if you're firing them because of the angle of those woods.
If I get rid of them, I can't shoot all with that. I will go for light cover.
Right, so 12 dice in total, because they are completely untouched, so you're hitting on 5s and 6s because of the range.
Yep.
So chance of you watch, I'm going to say, chance of you getting many hits is pretty low, but
1,
this is Dean.
2, 3, 4, 5.
5 hits, right, so these guys light cover,
Yep.
6 is kill, 4, 5 is shock. Got off lightly, 2 shock. So that takes them up to 10 shock. I think that might have pinned them. Let's just check. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so you pin them in place. So probably worth doing at least.
Yeah.
Then what you got firing next?
I'll do the mortar first.
You doing the mortar?
Firing down here. So it's 2 dice, 5s and 6s, isn't it?
Yeah, 5s and 6s because they can't see them, but they can smell them. Put a pin marker down.
Nope.
No hits, no okay.
Right, now the decision to be made. Fire or fire? Fire or fire?
Where are you firing at? Where are you firing at?
Well, let's stop spreading us targets, we'll fire at them.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it, I think. Just concentrate. So 10d6. This is for your MMG. This is hitting on
5s, 6s.
5s and 6s, yeah. Get on roll. Don't like it when you make that
4,
noise.
5.
5 hits, right.
Beat the odds.
You certainly have, so I've got 5 hits in here already. So same again, 5s and 6s are kills. Actually, these are pinned, so they're in light cover.
Okay.
So it becomes a 6 is a kill, 4, 5 is shock. I've got to get anything I can here at this point. But that is 4 shock.
I don't think that's gonna.
So that has taken them up to 12, 14 shock. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 men. So they're still pinned. You haven't broken them yet.
Jesus. So I'm going to put another 4 shock on them.
Right, so in a reversal of Japanese fortune,
Yep.
at least, I fired my 2 mortars this turn. Nothing happened with them. However, I brought on my little sniper. He's in those trees. He fired across it here. And what happened, Dean?
The fresh-faced sergeant got blown through head.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It seems like Sergeant Thompson is back from my old Malaya game.
Yeah.
Shot
Bang.
through the head immediately. So that's reduced your force morale down to
7.
To 7 from he caused 2 damage on him. So I'm pretty chuffed with that. You were just about to interrupt me with a chain of command dice, but I said there's not much point because it's your turn now anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll go back to the game. Right, so we just played my turn.
Yeah.
And what has happened here, Dean? You can explain.
Well, we
this
had
one.
the disillusionary turn on mine where nothing happened.
Yeah, absolutely. You fired down at these as they moved across the field, and then nothing happened. You fired a bit, caused a bit of shock, and that was about it.
Yeah, not much to write on about. There's an absence here
You'll
as they got
notice.
wiped out by the 2. There's undiscovered tribes who knew that the Japanese could have launched the second wave round about now, which wiped out my men. Now, I was questioning myself, why didn't I draw them back?
Yeah.
But they have drawn fire.
That's true.
And it's not my force morale down a lot, so we're teetering, but we are now on the second line, which is fresh.
You're down on 3 on your force morale, so
Yeah.
you're actually only rolling 3 command dice as well
Yeah.
now. So you're going to be a lot more restricted on what you can do.
So it's a tough decision to make, but it had to be made.
Absolutely. I brought on my sergeant over here, Gunzo. He's basically shored these up a little bit, so hopefully if we can end a turn they will be unpinned, but then brought on 2 fresh sections, and they're going to try the assault on the up there as well.
On the in-placed units.
Absolutely. Let's see how that goes. Alright, updates since the last turn. First of all, my section over here was fired at finally, and they disappeared, they bugged out, they're gone. But I brought on my Gunzo, my sergeant last turn. He reduced their shock, he's reduced shock again this turn. I then also mortared up here, and what you can also see is I've got these 2 sections now piling up this hill because I brought on my my senior leader, and he's charged both of these sections in. Now I haven't actually quite reached you yet, but I think next turn, if I survive, I'll be able to hold on. I'm gambling on the fact that Dean is only rolling 3 dice.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll end up rolling.
Come on, double 6.
Hopefully he'll get loads of chain of command dice, but I've also got a chain of command dice here.
Yeah.
So that means I could potentially interrupt his turn before he does anything.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon, Dean?
Last stand.
Do you think it's that desperate at this point?
This is last stand.
Do you think so? Yeah. I think it's a gamble for both of us. I think this could go absolutely either way, and I'm not 100% committed it's going to go my way, but I certainly think it will go one way.
This is your best chance.
It is. Right, so we'll carry on. Right, so I just said that it depends massively on what Dean rolls. What did you get, Dean?
6 useless, 5 command dice effectively useless.
Yeah, at this point,
1
and a 1, which is a team. So he's firing with the MMG team at these guys. Because these 2 sections are within 4 inches of each other, the fire is going to be spread across them. So it could be devastating, or it could be
rubbish.
Useless.
Is it 4, 5?
4's up, yeah, because you're at close
Well,
range
it's
with those.
5, which is not great.
5 hits.
Yeah.
So because I'm in the open, you get to choose on which section the odd numbers go. So it's going to be 2 hits on each and then 1 extra.
Well, we'll do the 3 on here, no 2 on there.
Yeah, 3 on there is the one with the senior leader in, so there's more chance of killing him. So we'll do that first. 5 or a 6. So that's 1 kill and 1 shock. So I'll put the shock up. Roll to see if it's on one of my leaders. A 1, and it is. Oh no, it isn't. So it's just one of the blokes.
No, he's getting desperate.
Yeah, and then 2 hits on the other section. That's another kill. See if it's on the leader. This is a junior leader this time. No, it isn't. So I think I've come out of that
That would have been
pretty
so
well. It really depends on what I'm going to roll for my next dice, though. Right, it's over onto my turn, and I've activated my leader. Charge into there. They've made it, of course. So we've added up the dice. I've got 2 sections going against 1 section. I've got 32 dice.
And I have 29.
That's always a big number.
Big fights.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick this on the, because I'm going to need both hands for this. I'm going to put this on the on here, and then we're going to roll these, and then.
It's going to need both hands to wipe the froth from his mouth.
This is where it gets fun, folks. Right, 5s and 6s.
Can I get 29 5s and 6s?
The good thing is you've only got a small section, so I could potentially wipe them out at least. And that's kind of what I'm aiming for. Whether I win this close combat or not doesn't matter.
Oh, good. It's as good as it could have been.
I don't think mine's great either, to be honest, and it never seems to be. Right, so, and then separate your 6s as well, because they cause shock. So I've caused 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 kills. That has wiped you out completely. How many you caused? You've caused 8 kills, so that's 4 in each section. So roll for each section to see if it's on my junior leaders or my senior leaders. So first of all, the guys with the junior leader in. 1 to 4 and it is. A 1. No, it's yes it is. So he's been killed. So that's going to be a bad things happen for me. So I'm just going to put these down here while we're. So and then also roll on the other side as well. 1 to 4.
Yes,
4 it is. Which one is it? 1 to 3 junior, 4 to 6 senior. Christ, of course it's me, the senior leader.
Tell yourself dirty, man.
Well, sorry, I'll put the wrong one in. It's the guy with the katana. So I've got to work out my force morale as well after yours. I've wiped you out.
Yeah.
So you're completely gone. So we're going to do your bad things happen first of all. So there's no point.
Yeah, because there might not be a point. So it's a junior leader gone as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just wiped out.
Absolutely right. So first of all, it is section wiped out. Roll for that. Please get a 5 or a 4, 5 or a 6.
Probably will. 50-50 chance. It's at 5.
Yes. So 2 points off.
Takes me down to 1.
And junior leader killed. The least you can get is 1 point. So I have broken you.
Yeah.
So roll it anyway, see what happens. See if they liked him.
1.
They didn't like him so much, but that's taking you to 0. That's your force morale gone.
Yeah.
But I've also taken some hits as well. So I've actually, I won anyway, so I don't have to do anything. You're wiped out. Roll for my junior leader.
This would be amazing if we get a draw.
Yeah, you never know, it might actually happen. So junior leader killed. First of all, you need high here, Dean.
No.
2 is 1 point off, that's a 5. Roll again for my senior leader killed. 6. Ooh, 3 points off, you're so close. 1, 2, 3, you've dropped my force morale to 2. But I still win the game.
Yeah.
Just by a literally just hanging on there.
By a whisker.
Right, so summing up phase. What do you reckon, Dean?
Good. I'll last as longer than I thought, based on the first couple of turns.
Yeah, I agree actually.
It was always going to be tough.
It was, but to be fair, the attack up a hill is also going to be tough as well because there's a lot of open ground down here that I've got to cover. I knew I wasn't going to come in from that long end.
Yeah.
Even though that was your weakest point.
There was a question mark where I was thinking, should I move these guys out of this hut? But then again, did I really want to be suffering of 2-pronged attacks because I probably left them open? There's a question whether I could have. How much difference would it make if I got
bringing them up here anyway? Yeah.
There's a question: should I have brought those guys back to keep the false morale together? Ultimately, I don't think it made that much difference. All it did is they drew fire.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I was concentrating on them instead of everything else. Yeah. And that second roll, I did it off camera, but the first fire wasn't particularly good. It was the second fire that hit something like 9 of them, and there was only 3 men left. So that could have been on another section. So they did what the bully magnets. They did what they did. I mean, my initial assault got as far as that road. It got up to the top of the hill and got pushed back down again. But yeah, that was a high water mark there. But then it was these guys over here that just came in that second. And I kind of learned that in my first scenario, where I had 4 Japanese sections and they were all battered, apart from the last one that just broke through. So it's worthwhile just getting as many boots on the table as possible, really. Yeah. And that's a little shout out to Dom and Boots on the Table channel over there. But yeah, so did you enjoy that, Dean?
I did, yes.
I
It'd be
did
nice
as
to have won.
That's always the way, though,
But
isn't it?
getting you down to 2 for those points at the end of the
Yeah, force morale's right down on 2 there. I did have another chain of command dice, so if we'd have gone on another turn, I might have interrupted you.
Yeah.
Probably fired or something. But yes, it was. I said, didn't I, at the start, this was going to be close,
Yeah.
and it was because you were dug in and I'd run up the hill. You would have been equal if I'd have gone 3d6. So that's why I decided only go to do 2d6.
I was tempted when we were. I thought my plan. I'll tell you the plan now.
Go on.
Because I know I was going to be fighting the Japanese. Was to keep on shooting and shooting and shooting. With I wanted the machine gun, and I wanted emplacements because I thought if I can just keep shooting, knock the numbers down, there might come a point of crisis where I can turn that round. That point didn't arrive.
That's it, isn't it? Though I mean, you know, I think you did exactly what you should have done. Dominate that high ground with the MMG. You dominated the low ground here with the LMG as well.
Yeah.
So you were actually, you know, you're doing stuff right. It's just force of numbers.
Yeah.
On my part. And again, if I'd not paid for those 2 extra sections, I wouldn't be here, would I? Because these were the 2 extra sections.
Yeah,
so
that would have been wearing down there.
Yeah, it would have been battered a long time ago. Right, well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. That was scenario 2 of the pint-sized campaign. We'll come back and play. I don't know if it'll be me solo or if it'll be Dean and I.
I'll be in America.
Well, there you go. There's your answer. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in future. But keep your eyes out for the next one. I'm enjoying it so far. It's pretty grim, but that's what Singapore is. And I'll see you in the next Storm of Steel video.